Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken inside his own 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Lions will take over. Got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Back to throw, Goff.
And open downfield is Gallup. He's got it.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The Lions at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Now, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10.
Goff now to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
And that is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His 6th touchdown of the season. Great corner out there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
T.J. Edwards from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Oh, look at that. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover him.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Louis.
Gone. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a throw here, hauled in. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up a throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. The connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now Goff on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Goff. And Shark calls it in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd and goal, Goff. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 1 second, all that remains. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. Like they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one, because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now
he's got a man complete.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field.
A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this, because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot, because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw there caught by Gallup.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught once again by Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. We're good. We're good.
From the gun, here's Goff.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In motion right is Wilson. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
That's Gallup on the slant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Goff on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, and he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 14. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
3rd and 2. Goff. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick here is good. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
1st down, and they go with Swift again.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. From the 50, it's Goff. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pass incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. All right, so they got their field goal, gets them back within a score. Now for the onside kick.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
On first down, it's gone.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
77 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
The 26-yard line.
Back to throw. Goff. Over the middle. Hauled in by Shark. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Dillon now on first and 10.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to attack those mastodons you have up front.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
A.J. Dillon, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
After the interception, here's Goff.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. He's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Goff now to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They go jet sweep here with Chark, and he is going to lose yardage here.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now it's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to be a lot better after that run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and 12.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he loses the football a second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Goff going to throw it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a first down throw. Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Second down and goal. Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Goff on third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Detroit, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. Then they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.